Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Daniel Keller and I'll be teaching English 2263 Introduction to Film this fall for the Global Citizens Learning Community. Before I talk about that, let me talk about myself for a moment. I've been teaching for about 20 years and I love it. From this past semester's reviews from students, one student described my teaching as tempered liveliness, which is such a great phrase, and I think it's accurate for how I teach, and I hope that comes across a little bit in this video, which is bound to come off somewhat awkward, and I apologize. Let's see. I love reading, traveling, cooking. I love concerts and museums, and I love TV and movies. I think it's important to know that I'm not a film snob. I love slow, patient, smart films. I love films that are kind of challenging to watch and difficult to understand. But I also love really easy, loud, ridiculous, dumb films too. I love the range of films. So please, there's no need in this class to project that you're a film snob too. Although if you are, that's fine. Just I'm not. Um, let's see. About the class. Whenever I teach it as a general introduction to film class, we focus on the history of film. We focus on the kind of language and terminology of film so that whenever we look at a shot, we can know whether it's a 3-shot, a medium shot, a close-up. We'll know what a long take is. We'll know what fast cutting is, and we'll know how these things are designed to affect audiences. We'll analyze how films work. We'll watch them closely. So transferring that to a global focus, I'll add in important international film movements throughout film's history. We'll look at some of the more recent ways that international film has been incredibly influential on film, on the development of film. We'll look at how films represent and misrepresent cultures. We'll talk about how films offer, especially global films, offer different perspectives. The famous film critic Roger Ebert, who talked about films as empathy machines. And I think that's a great way to think about them because they are so good at offering different perspectives. So we'll watch mostly international films. We might watch 1 or 2 films made in the United States. And then in terms of other elements of the class that you might want to know about, there's no textbook. Yay, I saved you that. There will be readings on Carmen. Whenever you watch the films, they will be on an Ohio State media server that you have access to. So we won't spend time in class watching the films. We'll watch clips from the films, and I'll show other clips from other movies to help demonstrate the things that I talk about in terms of film history development and how to understand the techniques of film and how to analyze it closely. There'll be a lot of discussion. There'll be one midterm. There'll be a short essay or 2 to write. But really the bulk of what we do in class is going to be some lecture, which I try to make interactive. And these things that you write after you watch each film, they involve writing observations and questions about the films. And our class discussions are going to spring from the observations and questions you have about those films. It's a great class. I always enjoy teaching this class. Students enjoy it. The discussions are great. The things that the students write are so interesting, and I look forward to it. I hope you do too. I hope you all have a great summer, and I'll see you in the fall.